crazy critter, you know, kind of a fantasy critter, but quite beautiful in terms of what we do. I mean, I don't know anybody making jewelry today that makes jewelry that looks like that. If you know the story of the bee pin, you know, Joan lived her life. Her husband had made her a beautiful pin at Van Cleef and Arpels, designed a pin for them to manufacture for him. And he gave it to Joan and said, you know, you are this bee. The bee, in no way should this bee fly. It's got the big body and the little tiny wings, but it does fly. It achieves the impossible. And that's really what your career has been your whole life, Joan. It's been, oh, I don't know, you're too old. Oh, you're not funny. You're not this, you're not that. She never took no for an answer. She always, always set out to achieve really, really the highest of goals. She achieved the impossible. Yeah. So it's a great symbol to live your life by. I know I do. She set the bar pretty high for me, and I reach for it every day. and I think that, you know, it's lovely to just keep that near you, to have that sentiment. That said, if you can do it with a really, really gorgeous piece of jewelry, why not?
Several hundred of these already ordered, everybody. It's 1 3/4 of an inch long, 2 3/8 of an inch wide. I just love some of the stones I see in here look new and fresh and unusual.
There's some of the new Swarovskis, and you know, we love getting it before anybody else. We love using things that nobody else has. So while this looks like a very tailored head, his entire head is set with little tiny, almost like a champagne diamond. Exactly right. And of course our emerald eyes, which all the bee pins for the last 25 years have had. But then when I get into the body, I mean,
oh my gosh, look at that.
That's breathtaking.
Even if you've never owned a bee pin before, you should get this one.
Now, if you did do the olive today's special value.
Great.
Look at that fabulous olivine stone set right in the middle. It's stunning.
Love it.
So I'm sorry, nobody that I know is making jewelry that looks like this.
I love some of those fire polished
beads
that have the Aurora Borealis finish on there.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, there are tones of purples and teals and peridots and I mean, just even some soft, almost pink, peachy
it's like a
pinks.
soft peachy color, which I'd never seen before.
Beautiful.
And then surrounding that olive is again another row of little peach crystals. Over 200 crystals in the pin, which I think is amazing.
There's only 600 left.
What?
So if you want, and you know, here's the thing: if this sells out, it could take years.
Well, honestly,
till it comes back in,
and that's
because you're already working on jewelry for 2016, and this may not necessarily be in the pipeline.
And that is going to assume that some of these exotic crystals are available, because they're funny with they'll make a batch and they'll wait 2 years and make another batch. So I always say, if you can do it, and I never want to make you must, but if you can, with something as different and exotic as this, I wouldn't take the risk of ever seeing it again. So it's just a beauty.
I love the scale of this pin.
It's good.
I mean, just on, I don't know if you saw it on Monica, but she's just in your simple, our little black sheath dress.
Our little black sheath dress.
And you pin this up and it looks great. I mean, in Joan's pins, everybody should own some pins from the Joan Rivers collection, because they're some of the finest, most beautifully designed, created, executed jewelry pieces you'll find.
Well, you know, she prided herself on really kind of reviving pins, because, you know, 25 years ago, I think she loved pins. She loved to collect them. I know that because I've just been going over all the jewelry out in California. And she loved them. She loved fine jewelry pins. She loved her collection pins. And I think that women started wearing pins again after Joan really kind of made them amazingly beautiful.
Oh, it's so beautiful,
it's a stunner. I have to say, it really is a stunner.
It looks magnificent on television, but I think when people get this at home, they will absolutely love it.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's a stunner. And it's on
Final 400, guys.
Oh boy,
Final 400.
I'll show you the back. It's on a very cool color. It's almost this, what would you call that, like a blackened brass? Or
well, it's like an antiqued gold, right?
I mean, dark gold.
It looks like a dark vintage gold.
And this sounds silly, but a very substantial pin back. And a lot of pins, you'll find a beautiful pin with a little dinky pin, and you can't get them in.
And it always flops,
it flops around, so you're going to really be able to bite into the fabric and really wear it maybe wear it at an angle like that. How pretty would that be? Beautiful.
Love it.
Now, a pin that size, you could say land this on your shoulder of your jacket.
Yes.
So it almost looks like it's just sort of sat down.
Sitting there
waiting for you. Absolutely.
Or I always love it on certain things where you could just put it like on the cuff.
Oh
just
that's
sort of
very
have
chic.
It sit there. I think
that's
that
very
looks
chic.
so cool.
I want to show you one more color, because it's going to
fewer than 300.
It's going to make this pin explode. Look what that does. That sort of orchidy purple.
Gosh.
It brings up all the purple stones.
It's beautiful.
It really is, guys. That's
Every one of those
amazing.
crystals, all hand set. I mean, think about that. Just in the head alone,
Sure.
you probably have almost a dozen crystals.
Oh, if
you
not
know?
more.
They're all different sizes. Did you notice all the crystals surrounding that olive crystal?
Isn't that nice?
I mean, every time you look at it, you see something different. It's just fantastic.
Well,
So-
that's really good fashion jewelry. When
Yes.
every time you go, you find something new you didn't notice before. I mean, Monica's wearing the silliest nothing little perfect dress, and what really makes her
Yes.
look chic is that pin.
Makes it. Yep, totally makes it. Stay on the line. Could you pin that over a strand of pearls?
Oh, what I love over gray
Isn't that
pearls.
pretty?
You know,
Isn't it
the gray